Hello folks, Shiny Free Jesus, logging in to post another companion video to the first video regarding the Return to Grace ministry. The first video was explaining what our ministry is about, the scriptural principles that we're founded on, and what we're trying to do in this day and age to restore the body of Christ to fullness, and by reaching out to the backslider one heart at a time. However, I'd like to clarify a few things about this ministry. This ministry is not a building of brick and stone. It is an intentional movement of the Spirit to bring about a wholeness and a sense of unity within the body, to start bringing back the pieces of the body that are fragmenting and falling away slowly but surely, and to bring them back into the right standing, return them to grace, restore them to the kingdom, so that way the body may be made full. This is not a denominational ministry. This is not a church-based ministry. This is a body-wide, global, international ministry. Right now, focused specifically on web-based platforms, so that way we can reach out to anybody free of charge. That way 24/7 folks can have access to our website, can have access to this ministry, and can have access to the resources and tools that may be necessary to halt a backslider's slide, or to be restored to the kingdom, or just to know more about what God says on this matter. Whether you're Baptist, Pentecostal, Episcopalian, whether you're Methodist or Lutheran, whatever your church background may be, this is a concept that is scriptural. This is not denominationally slanted ministry. Therefore, it's something that could be used by every part of the body globally. It is not confined specifically to one church setting. It is not confined specifically to one region. It's not confined specifically to one denomination. This is a body-wide message. This is a salvation principle, folks. This is a restoration principle. The idea is we are all one body, and the way the body is the hand cannot say to the foot, "I have no need of you." However, as believers fall away and backslide and we just abandon them to their own devices, that's basically what we're saying, is that we have no need of them. And that's not scriptural. What's scriptural is that we're supposed to edify, that we're supposed to follow the path of Jesus, that we're supposed to follow the patterns he set forth and the principles he commanded us to keep, so that way we can in turn return this grace that we received in a manner that results in other people also receiving of the same grace, which is restoring believers back to right standing in the kingdom, whether they're lost to begin with or whether they're somebody who is saved and fell away for a period of time. This ministry is a dynamic and intended to be a boundaryless movement of God. It's not supposed to be inhibited by one slant or another. I've maintained a flexible format as far as implementing this ministry. It's flexible so that way each congregation's tenets of faith are not compromised, because the last thing I want to do is to promote disunity or discord. What I want to do is bring the body back to fullness. What I'd like to see is that the believers that have fallen away or getting pushed away are brought back into the fold, and that we can be united. And instead of a body of Christ fragmenting, we can bring the body back to fullness, piece by piece, one hurting heart at a time. Leaders have complete flexibility, and this is outlined in the resource manual. There are 2 published works out there, both in print and ebook version. And this is not an advertisement for you to go out and buy these resources, because to be honest, it's not about profit. It's about this message getting out to people. So if folks are wanting to pick up the torch of restoration, they are curious about these resources, if you don't have the resources to be able to purchase them at the minimal cost they are, I will provide them free of charge. The only reason that there's any charge at all is to cover some of the costs of production on these things. It did cost me a significant amount of money to launch a ministry, to get us set up so that way we're going to be an NPO, to get copywriting, to get these works published. It did cost me money. Now, I don't expect a return on that. I don't want a return on that. But if there's any way to utilize any income that could come in from those resources being used by people wanting to pick up the torch of restoration, that'll help the ministry maintain the resources that we need to provide resources and services to those that are in need. But again, I'd like to clarify, this is not about profit. This is not about sales. There's nothing on the ministry site that's for sale. Not a single item. Not even the Christian resources that are companions to this ministry. I did that intentionally to make it so the ministry site is not a site where one can accrue profit. This is a site where one can accrue the peace and love of God, the forgiveness of God, the freedom from the chains and enslavement, spiritual slavery there in lives. That's the purpose, is to break chains, to move mountains, and to restore souls to the kingdom. We're going to do a lot with this ministry, but I need help from all around the body. I need us to come together over this. God needs us to come together over this. There's no sense for the body to continue fragmenting when we can bring it back together. All we got to do is make an honest effort, right? If any of you have any more questions, I'd be happy to answer them. My email is posted on the ministry website. You can email me any time of the day. Quite often I'll answer you pretty quickly, even if it's the middle of the night. I understand what it's like to be in a crisis situation. I understand what it's like to really need encouragement and really need a word in a specific time and not having anybody there. Well, I'm here to walk with you through every dark valley and fiery trial in my pursuit of Jesus and following the footsteps He's laid out for me. So the least I can do is to be accessible for those of you there in need. Ask anything, I'd be happy to answer. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.